Alrighty, before I get all sappy, let's go back to the strategic marketing call. Earlier, we talked about pre-positioning packages. Now, Rich delves into the psyche of the prospect's mind to learn how to compel him into action. Want to compel your prospects? Yeah, you know you do. Give them something for nothing. Big guns?
Number 5.
Here's what we know. People inherently want something for nothing. Now, not to wax too philosophical on you, my opinion is that this is the reality of the state of human nature, is that our tendency as human beings is to want something for nothing. If you read history, then it becomes very apparent that the history of the world is one struggle for mankind to conquer his neighbor so that they can get something for nothing. If you look back not that far in history, you look at the era of colonization with the British colonies and several other countries, European countries, colonizing different parts of South America, North America, Africa, and so forth. And it's really an interesting story of let's go conquer people so that we can steal all of their natural resources and take them unto ourselves. And in many cases, a bonus would be if we could enslave those people so that they could do the work for us. Not to get, again, too philosophical or historical on you, but people inherently have this tremendous need and this tremendous want to get something for nothing. We all want to be happy without paying the price. We all want to be rich without necessarily having to do the work. We all want to be skinny without having to watch what we eat and exercise. And it's just human nature, okay? It's not really a judgment call on my part. It's just an observation. And so we can use this to our advantage when it comes to marketing. If we can make things that appear to be something for nothing, giving people something for free, it's going to tap into this sort of personal nature greed that we all have. So think about that for a minute. One of the strategies you can use here is what we call packaging strategies. This is where you pull something out of your offering that used to be included, assign a value to it, and then offer to give it to them for free when they make the purchase. Okay? So think about this for a minute. Now, if you're thinking, well, that sounds a little devious, or that sounds a little manipulative, or that sounds a little bit whatever, the reality is it kind of is. However, this is one of those things where we can tap into human nature. Again, understanding how John Smith thinks allows us to make decisions when it comes to marketing. Pulling something out that used to be included, assigning a value to it, and then offering to give it to them for free with the purchase. Now, you got to be careful with this. You can't go in and say, well, the tires on this car normally come with it, but let's pull them out of the package deal called the car, and let's say, hey, if you buy this car, we'll give you these 4 tires that normally cost $200 each, an $800 value for free, because that would then sound ridiculous. But you can look at what you sell, look at all of the pieces and parts and components of what they get when they buy from you, and then figure out and determine what it is that you could assign a value to that you could give away for free. There's one example, very small example, but hey, small examples are valid. In the Korean donut shop example, the donut shop was giving away for free a dozen donut holes when people purchased 1 or more dozen donuts. And they would just do it as a little nicety. And they never really did anything except for say, here, it's free. And they just handed it to you. Well, what if we pulled that out and we said, instead of just giving it to them for free, we'll put a dollar value on those donut holes, and then we'll tell people, when you buy, we'll give you these for free. Now, there's really nothing different than what we were doing before other than using it to our advantage so that people saw that there was something for free. What do you have in your business as you sell that you can deconstruct out of your main offer and then itemize the price and then include it, quote-unquote, for free? Think about that for just a minute. So you have a flooring store, and when people buy flooring, there's installation. Well, you could include the installation for free as a bonus. You could actually attach scarcity to that if you wanted to, and it could be free if you buy by a certain period of time. So I want you to just think through this. Something for nothing. What could you do that would appear to be free? What kind of freebies can you include? When I had an AV company and we were selling AV, audio-video equipment to home builders, what we did is we took a package that cost us about $3,800, I believe, and we sold it to builders for about $5,200, and it included a big screen TV, a whole house audio system for 6 zones, DVD player, CD changer, speakers for each of the rooms that had whole house audio. It also included structured wiring for the entire house. I think it was 8 drops instead of the typical 0. We put all this together, and it was a pretty neat package, and it was $5,200 cost to the builder, but we knew that they could present it to their customers as being worth $22,000. Now, the interesting thing there was that we took and we created marketing pieces that showed all of these different pieces laid out on a piece of paper. So all these different speakers and this TV and all of this wiring and all of these things, all these jacks and access and everything, and we included it in the house. Okay, so if you bought a house for $170,000, if you bought it during a certain time frame, again, scarcity, then we'll give you this $22,000 home entertainment system for free. And the builder's cost was going to be about $5,200, and they would undoubtedly have to package that price in, and they'd have to eat that cost or raise the price of the house. But our point to them was nobody knows if a house should cost $165,000 or $170,000. And if we present this free package, it becomes very, very desirable.
Admit it, before that clip played, you were a little skeptical. I heard you. Great idea, Rich. Real genius. Let me write that down. Freebies compel people. But you hadn't considered just where to find your freebie. You hadn't realized you were already giving it away without reaping the benefit of the gift. You have to tell prospects you're doing it to gain the advantage, insiders. Luckily, thanks to Rich, we are all geniuses now.